A rise in respiratory illnesses and early start to the flu season, leading to a surge in demand for drugs to treat these illnesses. Now, CVS and Walgreens are limiting the purchases on some fever-reducing and pain-relieving products. Joining us right now to talk all about it is Dr. Scott Gottlieb. Of course, he's the former FDA Commissioner and a CNBC contributor who also serves on the boards of Illumina and Pfizer. And Scott, yesterday I went to Walgreens. There was not a single bottle of children's Tylenol there.
Yeah, this should start to abate. This is a diverse and sophisticated supply chain. All the manufacturers are in the market. So this isn't baby formula. It's not a function of the fact that certain manufacturers have been out of the market or there's been a dislocation in supply. What happened was they had two low volume years, the manufacturers. So they made predictions about what the demand would be this year. Their predictions weren't sufficient to deal with not just the surge in demand, but also this early demand. So things were pulled forward. This shouldn't be depleted over the course of the season. You should start to see store shelves get restocked. And the other thing is with the OTC drugs, what we're seeing is spot shortages. So it's not a pervasive shortage across the whole country. There's spot shortages because there's a lot of advanced purchasing by consumers. I don't want to use the word hoarding, but there is some of that going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating. That is less concerning, I think, than some of these prescription drugs that you can't get, some of the antibiotics in particular, because those you really need. If your kid gets an ear infection, if you've got strep throat, if there's something going on, what happened there? Right.
So same thing. Manufacturers didn't make accurate predictions about how much early demand there would be. So things like the oral suspensions of amoxicillin, Tamiflu are in short supply right now. There are alternatives. So doctors are shifting, for example, from amoxicillin to cephalosporins or Augmentin. Now you're starting to see some shortages of those drugs. Things like Tamiflu, there's directions for how you can compound from the capsules to get the liquid formulation. Also, a lot of states are now dipping into their stockpiles. I think that, too, is going to start to abate. There's a lot of sophisticated manufacturers in this supply chain. They've ramped up production. FDA has expedited some of the imports to get them through, and also states are burning down the stockpiles, as I mentioned. So I think this is going to start to abate, but the manufacturers need to make different predictions for next year, what the demand is going to be, and also the early demand. So they actually made predictions that demand would go up, but they didn't expect it to go up this early in the season. And a lot of the oral suspensions don't have long shelf lives, so they're made early and they're used up.
I mean, I guess this is just what happens when you have kids who aren't exposed to these things when they're 2, 3, 4 years old, and all of a sudden masks are off everywhere, people are living lives as normal, and these kids have to build up their immune systems.
Look, there's a lot of things going around right now. We talk about COVID and flu and RSV, but we also have parainfluenza, we have adenoviruses, we have seasonal...
Parainfluenza?
It's a type of virus that people get, a respiratory pathogen in the wintertime. We don't track that, so there's probably a lot of that going around, a lot of adenovirus, a lot of seasonal coronaviruses. So people going to the doctor, probably some people getting prescriptions for antibiotics, maybe a lot that they don't need.
I have no idea what's been through our house. I know it's not COVID, but there have been wave after wave of things that have been coming through.
Right, we don't track that.
We don't track any of this stuff.
So we don't, the only time you might get a test for an adenovirus or parainfluenza is if you go into the hospital and you're very sick with a respiratory pathogen, they might do something what's called a biofire test, which is a very broad respiratory panel that'll pick these infections up. But most people don't get that unless they're very sick, and most people who are very sick probably have either COVID or flu. So we're not picking up, we don't know how much adenovirus there is right now, but it's a lot. If you have more of an upper respiratory type of infection, conjunctivitis, sore throat, that could be an adenovirus.